So this is the Membashi, the CCM 2059 semi-automatic espresso machine. Nowadays, the coffee industry produces high-end espresso machines just to improve quality in their cups and to take baristas' experience to the next level. However, since this machine was released, it has been a great machine of its kind. Let's explore the potentials of the Membashi, the CCM 2059 semi-automatic espresso machine. Basically, it's a dual boiler machine. Here, there is a brew boiler and there is a steam boiler. You can extract your coffee, you can steam at the same time. Everything is under control. Like I said before, if you love espresso milk-based coffee, I think this is the best option for you. The brew boiler is a 550 ml, which is stainless steel, and the steam boiler is a 1 liter die casting aluminum. Well, this material used to fabricate this boiler, it is really perfect for heat distribution. You do have a 1.7 liter tank right here, so you can plumb the machine out as well. If you do have a small business, this thing will work really good, but for me, I always use a tank right here. It's up to you. You do have a PID. Here you can adjust your brew temperature, your steam pressure, pre-infusion, whatever thing you want, which means you can brew any coffee the way you want. For example, the way we brew a light roast coffee, it is really different when you brew a more developed or dark roast coffee, as well as the way we brew an aerobic coffee, it is different when you brew a washed coffee. We do have the pre-infusion, and the pre-infusion is set up to 30 seconds. Now, some baristas don't really understand when we talk about pre-infusion. Basically, it's the moment or the period where the water evenly saturates the coffee grounds inside the basket in a low pressure, usually from 0 to 3 bars, before the machine is being submitted to full 9 bar pressure. This is to ensure that all the coffee grounds have the same amount of water going through them before the machine is being submitted to full 9 bar pressure. This helps for consistency in extraction. And like I said before, the pre-infusion here is set up to 30 seconds. You can play with different coffees, especially if you're a home brewer and you want to take a brew skills to the next level. I think this machine is really good for you. Let's talk about the steam one. Over the years, I've seen a lot of beginner baristas. They always have problems getting a nice silky texture based on the fact that different machines produce pressure differently. Based on my experience, there are two things really involved: air injection, how you inject the air, and also that nice vortex, which means the way the machine injects the air is important as well. The pressure used to give that nice vortex is also important. For some machines, they inject the air and the air is not like consistent. With this machine, based on my experience, I use this machine every now and then, the air injection is kind of consistent, smooth, as well as the pressure used to give that nice vortex is really amazing. For some other machine, the pressure is too high. Some machine, they inject the air is not consistent, and then you end up having some rough bubbles in your milk. So the steam one here is really nice and perfect. We do have one dish here and the other one right here. This one is for the brew. So when you brew your coffee, you see everything display right here. As well as when you steam your milk, you will also see the thing will display right here. This is really amazing. Now, based on the price point and what this machine offers, honestly, it is mind-blowing. I never expected this machine would do like this. You do have a professional portafilter as well as the group head. Everything is really amazing. When you see the way the water flow from the group head, it's really perfect. So if you want to purchase something like this or any other brand out there, let's say La Marzocco, Sineso, Sanremo, whatever thing, contact Quick Coffee. As well as if you get something like this and you want to customize it the way you want, don't worry, you have the solution right here. Let's say you're a business owner and you are confused what kind of machine to get, or you're a home brewer, don't worry, contact Quick Coffee. They'll walk you through exactly what machine is best for you based on your operation. As well as if your machine is more functional, you have some problems, contact Q Coffee. They'll do just a great job for you. Thanks so much, Q Coffee, for the great job you're doing. Now, there is one thing I really love about this machine: how fast the machine comes to temperature. This is really amazing. Honestly, I on the machine around 11:10, and around 11:14, the machine was already on temperature approximately 4 to 5 minutes. This thing is already on temperature, so you can brew your coffee. Now, when you use this machine and you notice this sign F3, just know that the water inside your boiler is finished. It's important to always take note, because if you continue to use the machine, maybe you end up having some problems right there. So let's see how to program the entire machine, how to adjust the brew temperature, the pre-infusion, the hot water, whatever thing. Let's do it right now. So this is a control panel. We have this LD screen right here. We have the plus sign and the minus sign. Here's to increase and here's to decrease. Also, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buttons. This is the on and off button. This is the hot water button. This is the manual, the start and stop button. So here you can follow your instruction manually. So here is a single shot and this is the double shot. We can program the volumetrics, the amount of water, and store it right here. For this single shot and double shot, don't worry about the single shot and double shot. It's just to direct the barista how to use the machine. Here you can set the machine the way you want. You can set maybe a ratio of 1 to 1.5, or here you can set 1 to 2 ratio or 1 to 3 ratio. Just depend what you want from the coffee. So don't worry. To increase the water temperature, which is really important, and I think it's a point of concern. So to do that, currently I run the machine around 92 degrees Celsius. So if I long press some few seconds, it start to blink. Here I can increase, I can decrease, sorry, and I can increase the brew temperature up till 110 degrees Celsius. So I can decrease as well. Long press. I can decrease as well up till what I actually want. Then it will blink. When it stops, it is okay. Now it's important because now why brew temperature is important, because when you brew coffee, especially as baristas, you always try as much as possible to improve the quality because you have different roast levels. And the negative sign here, if I long press some few seconds, it start to blink the pre-infusion. So now it's currently so the pre-infusion here is currently 3 seconds. I can increase up till 30 seconds. Here you can brew any coffee the way you want to brew, and also you can decrease the pre-infusion up to 3. You blink, then it will stop. So if you want to check, let's say you want to brew here, then you calculate the amount of water to brew the coffee. Let's say we want to remove the pre-infusion. You don't want any pre-infusion, just long press, and then you keep everything to 0. When you blink, it will stop. Now there is no pre-infusion. There's no pre-infusion. Let's see how to adjust the hot water. To do that, you press the hot water icon for some few seconds and then it starts to blink. Here, you can increase as well as the negative sign, you can decrease. You can increase up to 30 seconds as well as you can decrease up to 5. It just depends what quantity you want when you make your Americano or your tea. When you increase or you decrease, depending what you want, when you stop, it will blink, then the profile will save. So let's see how to program this one. This is the most important part to program this particular machine. You long press the button. Now don't let it go. For some other machine, you just access the programming mode, then you touch the button, it starts to calibrate. With this button, you have to long press until you reach your desired output. Then you have to release the button. When you release the button, it will blink. When it stops, then the profile will save. So let's check again. 35 ml, right? So here we program this button already, but it's important for us to confirm if what we program actually saved. Again, what we program actually saves. So that is the easiest way you can program the volumetrics. The same thing you do with this other button. So there are some things I don't actually love about the machine, but it is not actually a big problem. It's just something that I just pay more attention because I use the machine every now and then. Number one, it is the hot water. The amount that comes out from the hot water, it is less. For me, I need more. But this is not actually a problem. If you use this thing in your home or even in the shop, it is not actually a problem. Because I work in a very busy coffee shop and I need more water, just like the linear PB or the other machines. But this thing is okay, it's fine. The second thing, it is how to program the volumetrics. And now I just love when, for example, the linear PB or the other machines where when I access the programming mode, I just touch the button and then I have my extraction. With this one, I need to engage in a long press until I reach my desired output. Well, over time, I think these buttons will have some issues. But like I said before, it is not actually a big problem because this thing, you don't do it every day or every second. You can program this thing today. If you use this thing in your home, you can program this thing today, and maybe after 1 week or 2 weeks, it just depends if you change the coffee or maybe you want to experience more. That is when you can always use this thing. But trust me, I've been using the machine. Everything is under control. It is perfect. The other thing I noticed about the machine, it is drop down in temperature. When I do extraction like back to back, I always have this drop down in temperature. Let's say like 2 degrees, sometimes 1 degree or 3 degrees. It just depends, especially when I extract and I steam together. Now, like I said before, this machine is not the worst machine, it's not the best machine, but this machine, it is perfect. If you do have a small business, this thing will work perfectly well. I want your thoughts in the comments below. For now, I say thanks so much for watching and hope you have a great day.